This is the home of the Sultan of Brunei, Nurul Iman. It is the biggest palace in the world, 3 times the size of the Chateau of Versailles, and has never before been seen from this bird's eye view. The image is striking. Today, hidden beneath a red veil, Princess Azemah prepares to marry her first cousin. The match is in keeping with long-standing tradition. For almost half a century, no Western camera crew has been allowed to film here in the heart of the Sultanate of Brunei.
You are very lucky to be here. You have the best seats in the house. All courtesy to us. So you're very welcome.
In the front row sits the owner of the house and father of the bride, the incredibly wealthy Sultan Hassanal al-Bolkiah. Since the death of Queen Elizabeth II, he has been the world's longest reigning head of state. He has been on the throne since 1967, 76 years in power. Under this huge golden crown, 38-year-old Azemah is experiencing one of the first highlights of her marriage, the powder ceremony, a ritual dating back to the 14th century when the Sultan's family first came to power. The dynasty has reigned supreme over Brunei ever since. This blessing with holy oils is only the start of the festivities. The wedding will take place over 10 days, the only chance to discover one of the most secretive countries on earth. In the heart of Southeast Asia, on the island of Borneo, hemmed in by Malaysia and a close neighbor of Indonesia, Brunei is a tiny territory. A fleck in the ocean with a population of just 450,000. These are the subjects of Sultan Hassanal al-Bolkiah, one of the richest men on the planet. Thanks to the vast offshore deposits of his small kingdom, which happens to be brimming with petrol and gas, his personal fortune is estimated at more than $18 billion. Holding all powers in Brunei, the Sultan is an absolute monarch to a country void of any opposition. God on earth, as it were. Revered by a people who, in reality, have no choice but to do so, the Sultan has imposed an increasingly extreme form of Islam over the years. An austere life led by the rhythm of prayer even from childhood.
All the body aurat except face and hands. And starting from here until here.
But Aisha is only 5.
Yeah, because we want to educate her. Because we want to expose her to these kind of things.
Alcohol and smoking in public is forbidden throughout the country. In 2019, a new milestone, the Sultan establishes Sharia, the strictest Islamic law.
Beta ingin tegaskan bahawa negara Brunei Darussalam.
Since then, homosexuality and adultery have been punishable by the death sentence. Public uproar around the world, as here in London, demonstrations take place outside luxury hotels owned by the Sultanate. He also owns 2 luxury hotels in Paris, Hotel Plaza Athénée and Le Maurice. 50 years earlier, Brunei was getting good press. Queen Elizabeth II appeared in a parade alongside the Sultan in a float carried by 50 men. At that time, the country was a British colony. The Sultanate didn't gain independence until 1984. It separated from the United Kingdom while retaining its heritage. Such as playing polo, the sport of British kings, also played by the entire Brunei royal family. 25 years ago, the then Prince Charles played a game with the Sultan. Today, one of the most gifted at the game is none other than the young bride, Princess Azemah.
How was she?
She was okay. She was a bit hard to maneuver in that sense, but I think I need to play her.
In a country bordered by the China Sea, with 80% of its land covered by ultra-preserved jungle, between a rigorous Islamic regime and a royal family shrouded in secrecy. A never-before-seen insight into the Sultanate of Brunei, the strictest, richest and most mysterious of kingdoms. Let us return to the Sultan's palace where the royal wedding ceremony is still underway. In Brunei, this is the event of the year. Princess Azemah's wedding to her first cousin has been kept well under wraps. Throughout our time in Brunei, only authorized after months of negotiations, we are accompanied by a member of the governmental security service at all times. We are immediately taken aback by the sheer luxury of our surroundings.
There's a lot of gold.
Yes. It's usually covered, almost everything is almost covered in gold. Actual gold.
It's real gold.
Yes, real gold.
Really?
Real gold. There is no fake gold in the palace. Everything is actual gold. Yes.
And we can't catch.
Right. You can maybe just touch a bit just to feel the textures of the gold.
Let's go. Attends, je vais regarder, c'est quand même incroyable. Ah oui, ça c'est de l'or. Pure gold.
A gold mosaic, a setting of unrivaled splendor. This evening, the throne room will host the newlyweds in the presence of the entire royal family.
So, who's going to sit here?
It will be both families of the royalties, since the two bride and groom is royalties. So this will be the bride families and the groom's families.
Tell me about these two seats.
These two seats is only reserved for the Sultan and the Queen. This is a very, very, as you can say, a very sacred and very, only the royalty can grace through this area. So we would be very lucky just to be this close to this seat. Because you, as a normal people, you won't be able you won't have the chance to just be this close.
Everybody adores the Sultan. He's very, very well loved.
Because he is named as the Sultan of the people. So he's very concerned about the citizens and everything. Okay, I think we need to cut our time short, yeah?
The first guests are arriving. There are 2,000 of them, each hand-picked. The Sultan's entire family is here. The Crown Prince, the groom's brother, Prince Matam, and Prince Geoffrey, father of the groom and brother of the Sultan. Between the many ambassadors and the congregation, most of the world is represented for the occasion. After 8 days of ceremony, the Sultan's daughter will become the wife of her first cousin, Prince Bahar. Prince Bahar is 41 years old. With this symbolic gesture on the princess's forehead, the union is now official. The ceremonies are drawing to a close. Tonight is the closing banquet of the wedding. In one of the palace's 3 ceremonial halls, hundreds of pairs of hands are hard at work to ensure impeccable service. It's a question of prestige for the 1,000-year-old dynasty.
The Sultan will be right in the middle, and right beside would be the royal families, all the royal siblings. Quite a proud moment to be involved in such events, because this sort of events doesn't happen a lot. But when you get to be there and be part of it, so you have that sense of fulfillment and you're happy to be part of it. And you're proud that, these things are happening.
It's like a part of history.
Yeah, it is part of history.
Among the guests is one of Southeast Asia's biggest stars of fashion. From Malaysia, Bernard Chandron has been the royal family's resident couturier for 27 years. He was chosen to design the dress worn this evening by the young bride, as well as the suit worn by her new husband, Prince Bahar.
9 people, 4 months. About 9 hours a day.
For one dress or for many? For
only
all
this
dresses?
dress, this
No.
one. Because they had to put it for this one, yes. She wants traditional, but at the same time it's absolute contemporary and very new. Yes, I'm very, very pleased. Most importantly, she's very happy. Yeah, so I am blessed and happy. I'm very grateful. Yeah.
The arrival of the royal family is imminent. To get around their enormous palace, they use golf carts as carriages. The bride and groom arrive first, followed closely by the Sultan. On his arm is Queen Saleha, his wife of almost 60 years. It's the last day of the festivities for the newlyweds. Before the gala dinner, the Grand Mufti, the country's highest Muslim dignitary, leads a final prayer in person. At the head table, Princess Azemah wears a heart-shaped tiara and an incredible diamond necklace given to her to wear for the occasion by her father. With this wedding, the 29th Sultan of Brunei further strengthens his family ties and consolidates his power. A few days after the wedding, rather than going on her honeymoon, Princess Azemah returns to her favorite spot in Brunei, the polo field. A peaceful haven just 30 minutes from the capital. The stables house 200 horses. They have all come from Argentina, the great polo nation. Nothing's too good for these thoroughbreds. They are even given air-conditioned stalls to help them acclimatize to the tropical heat of Brunei. In a very British country club atmosphere, the VIP match is about to begin. The young bride, Princess Azemah, is the star of the day.
This is Heroina, the one that Prince Bahar played. How do you feel, Menina?
She's good.
That's it?
She had a lot of energy, but she was easy.
In the mouth, control?
Yeah, she's good.
Yeah?
With her hair blowing in the wind, Azemah is the only woman in the Sultanate to play polo, a royal privilege. On the opposing team, she's going up against Prince Geoffrey, her uncle turned stepfather. Influenced by the customs of the British aristocracy, it was Prince Geoffrey himself who imported polo to Brunei and founded the club in the late 1970s. At nearly 70 years old, he's still a very good player. 2 teams of 4 players play against each other on a field 3 times the size of a football pitch. They are all excellent riders. Under the watchful eye of Emmanuel, her personal trainer, who came to Brunei from Argentina 5 years ago, Princess Azemah is now particularly talented.
Básicamente siempre para mi jefa, que es la princesa Azemah. Sí, siempre alentando a la princesa. Sí, por los caballos, básicamente, y por el trabajo, ¿no? De muchos años. Somos un equipo. Tenemos algo en común que son los caballos. Amamos los caballos y amamos el deporte, el polo. Entonces, creo que esa conexión se nota.
Prince Geoffrey holds his own against the young bride. The Sultan's brother has been playing polo for over 40 years and never tires of the game.
Why do you love polo so much?
I think I've been playing for 40 years, enjoying it so much. Yeah. They give you pleasure, the horses, yourself. Try to push your ability. Try to be like 10, which you never will. Too late now.
And you're still very fit, you know, very fierce competitor.
Yeah, I'm trying. Look, I'm surrounded with the young. So what can you do? We'll be retired.
Bueno, bien, ¿eh?
Yeah, it went well. At first, you got a bit excited. It was fine.
Thank you, princess. Thank you so much.
Incidentally, the game ended 7-3 in favor of the princess's team. At the other end of the royal stables is one of the most surprising places in Brunei. An Argentinian restaurant so you can stay in the polo atmosphere. First, a car park with electric recharging points, an exception to the rest of Brunei where petrol is half the price of water at 37 euro cents a litre. And here, there are only luxury cars to be seen. This one belongs to Farid, one of Princess Azemah's brothers.
How are you? How many electric cars do you have in Brunei?
Right now, like in the Porsche, there's a Porsche agent. I heard it's about 20 pieces, 20 cars. Just Porsche doing it right now. I love cars, yeah. I got a few cars back home, so I got a few V8 engines.
A member of the royal family, Farid is also the owner of the restaurant. In a country not quite like the others, the prince gives off his purse, right down to the plunge.
Yang table 6 punya, Neng. So Farid, this is the rush hour now? Yes, it is. Now we're preparing a lot of tickets because we have quite a few people in tonight. I am very involved. I plate, I can wash dishes, I can cook the grill, I do service as well, speak to the clients, and yeah, I do everything. You have to.
Why did you take up this business? Because you could do like nothing and enjoy your life. So
no, I think it's a learning curve for everything, you know. And my family brought me up also to what you want, you have to earn it. You have to work for it. This is how my mom brought us all up together.
Farid wanted to create a little piece of Argentina in the heart of Brunei. The only meat you'll find on these tables is beef.
The serving spoon's coming.
And all prepared South American style. Outside, the steaks are grilled asado style, the preferred method of cooking in Argentina.
Ladies, eh?
Mate in hand, Emmanuel, Princess Azemah's trainer, feels right at home here.
Nosotros tenemos como tradición en Argentina, cada vez que terminamos de jugar al polo, comer un asado. Brunei es un país muy cálido y que es muy abierto a todas las culturas. Entonces poder traer un poco de nosotros, de Argentina a Brunei, nos hace muy felices.
16,000 kilometers from Buenos Aires, Emmanuel leads the life of an expatriate, far removed from the daily life of the Sultan's subjects. Bandar, the capital of Brunei. This is a far cry from the frenetic pace of Asia's megacities. Very little traffic and not much activity. Barely 200,000 people live here, almost half the population of the Sultanate. A little way from the city center, we go to a residential area where the country's middle class lives, like Ishkandar's family.
Al-Ikhlas. Tadi sudah kan? Sudah, baca. Bila sang baca tadi, Fatih baca yang mana tadi?
45-year-old Ishkandar works for the Ministry of Religious Affairs. Its mission is to advise families on how best to combine religion and everyday life, particularly in the workplace.
Mama. Hassanal.
His wife Yana is a primary school teacher. They have 5 children, 4 boys and 1 girl. It's 7 o'clock in the morning, time to leave for school. The father, Ishkandar, is responsible for taking his 14-year-old son, Ayub, with him. Barely 10 minutes into the journey to school, like every morning, it's time to pray. The Fatiha, the first surah of the Quran.
This is our morning routine. Whenever we are on the road, we will recite a few verses from Al Quran because we are asking for Allah's blessing and Allah's protection for us throughout the day. So we just read some verses from Quran.
From dawn till dusk, Islam guides every aspect of daily life in this traditional family. In Brunei, 3/4 of the population are Muslim. Young Ayub attends an all-boys Quranic school. This huge brand new complex is entirely financed by the royal family. The establishment is called simply Hassanal Bolkiah, the name of the Sultan. In Brunei, no one pays tax and, like healthcare, education is free. 1,300 boys aged 13 to 17 are educated here. And as expected, each school day begins with a prayer. Ayub is taught in Malay, English and French, and for religious studies in Arabic. Ayub and his classmates immersed themselves in the study of the Quran for hours on end.
So we have to memorize this, and then we're gonna recite it in front of the teacher.
What is so specific about this school compared to the other schools?
Oh, so basically the religious knowledge, it's in Arabic. Instead of normal Ugama school, it's in Malay.
And who decided that you would follow Arabic school?
Me. I would like to go to other places to work, not just in Brunei, because the economy in Brunei is really small and other countries have it big, so I want to go to other countries. I think it's a goal for everyone here, because that's why sometimes the students here get a scholarship to Mecca or anywhere in Arab. So if you go here, it's easier to get a scholarship to go there.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Ayub studies the Quran for 8 hours a week.
Very obedient.
Yes.
Ayub will stay at the school for another 3 years, at which point he hopes to study abroad. Back at home, as is done every Thursday evening in Brunei, Iskandar welcomes his entire family into his home. This is a standard mark of respect owed to the elders of Brunei, as Iskandar does here with his father.
What we just did is I just give him the handshake and level of respect, and whenever we shake hand to our elders, we will kiss the palm, the top of the hand. From early age, even my daughter, even they're still baby, they will do this kind of thing. For example, you can when my siblings come, and then they will do this kind of custom. Okay. It's a matter of respect. Allahu Akbar.
Iskandar has dedicated an entire room in his house to prayer.
Sami Allah liman. Allah.
A moment shared by the whole family. All generations, right down to the youngest, little Aisha. She's only 5 years old, but for the occasion, she's wearing 2 headscarves.
When she prays, she needs to wear this thing? Why is it? It's traditional?
Her aurat, all the body aurat except face and hands. And starting from here until here.
Once the girl hits the puberty, it's compulsory for it's compulsory for obligatory for the girls to cover all those exposed area.
Aisha is only 5, and she's wearing already the hijab.
Yeah, because we want to educate her, because we want to expose her to this kind of things.
After the prayers, which last over an hour, women of all ages gather together.
Actually, we have very big family. The way we are brought up, like, we used to be like, I mean, it's quite common in Brunei, like, we stay with our parents like that, yeah.
It might come as a surprise that in a country as conservative as Brunei, women are not only concerned with their family life, they also enjoy a wide range of rights.
Yeah. All of us still working.
Yeah.
I'm a teacher. We're free to do anything we want, honestly. We can drive, we can go anywhere, we can meet our friends anywhere. I work 1 hour away from house. It's a really long drive, no problem. All good.
You as a wife or as a woman, you have to behave like this and that. Even though you have the freedom to do anything, but you have to limit yourself.
Now it's time to sit down for a meal provided by a caterer.
The menu for tonight is chicken curry, fish fillet mango, and some, I think this is eggplant. Brinjal. I know.
Food is very important here, in Brunei.
Yeah, because we like to eat. Bruneian like to eat. And food bring us closer. That's why food is very important. Boleh juga. Suapa. Thank you. Bye. Sudah kamu bawa makanan kamu? Irfan mana? I feel happy because we come together and pray together and eat together, laugh together. So it's a good feeling having them to come to my house and entertain them, giving them some food. So it's a good feeling. I'm quite happy and exhausted also. And I have to do all those cleaning, post-cleaning after they're gone. Okay.
A little way from the center of the capital, the regal blue production studio can be found. This is where the few programs on Brunei's national television are filmed. And as we shall see, not everything can be discussed freely in the country. Far from it. At the age of 32, Akil has been starring in some of the Sultanate's most popular sitcoms for several years.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hey, where's everyone? Kamu ready sudah? Yo, aku baru datang yo.
Tonight, along with 6 other actors, Akil will be filming a new episode of the series 8 Celebrations Begin Again.
Oh yo, my baju ni lagi muat wah.
In real life, Akil works in tech because the entertainment sector in Brunei is very limited. Everyone here is an amateur.
I think we're
A small art scene has been emerging in Brunei over the last few years. The trick is to avoid controversial subjects.
How do you deal with that? By the year. Our previous generation, you probably won't see a lot of graphics designers and stuff. So now, like, people who do theater, people who do music, they're trying to get out there more. Obviously, we have certain rules that we abide by, which are no talk of sex, politics, and religion. I guess with the royal family too. But other than that, everything's free game. Person to change everything. Oh, they want to change. The girls want to change. Yeah.
Having been interrupted, Akil doesn't expand on the question of what's forbidden, clearly an awkward subject.
Hey guys, we are doing rehearsal for sketch 1, scene 2.
Before leaving the set, we tried to talk to Akil about the situation for the gay community in a country governed by Sharia law.
So there's not really a lot of movements in terms of the outside community, if that makes sense. Yeah, that's not really something that you can go around and make parades of or make a lot of movements out of. Yeah, it's because of the type of monarchy that we have. Yeah, so it's very strict code rule to what a Muslim country is like.
In this very conservative society, social media is one of the rare opportunities for expression, to a certain extent.
26 minit je.
Sadar juga macam mana dia
Waktu tu promote lagu. Dengar lagu si Masih Tatamil.
Aja gerindam sedikit. Nyanyi gerindam. Our own social media and creativity, especially with the people, with ourselves, local, there's no restriction unless it's out for like on national TV. But this is just on TikTok, so that's fine. Yeah, but if you're representing your country, if your TikTok is catered to the whole world, then of course you have to behave and show because you're representing your country. But it's just if it's just within your own country.
It's time for Akil to take to the stage. He's playing a man who travels back in time and celebrates the festivities at the end of Ramadan at 4 different time periods.
Wangi je kat raya ni. Dari girlfriend ni. Tapi...
Bukhari?
Oh, makan kau kah? Indah puasa kah?
Puasa? Apa pulang indah? Tu rumah sebelah masak tu suruh kaya.
A thought-provoking sketch. National television relays the official discourse. Only one model is put forward, that of the traditional family living in accordance with the precepts of Islam. On the way out of Bandar, a bridge joining the 2 distinct parts of Brunei has just been inaugurated. It takes you into the jungle, one of the last remaining primeval forests on the planet. Thanks to these petrodollars, the Sultanate has outlawed all exploitation. The vegetation is intact, unlike that of its Malaysian and Indonesian neighbors who have ravaged their forests. In the Temburong National Park lies an eco-lodge, accessible only by boat. For some years now, Brunei has been slowly opening itself up to tourism, a responsibility that attracts visitors from all over the world, like this American family.
Well, can only reach this by boat, so it's really enjoyable to see untouched wilderness, unaffected by buildings.
Ladies and gentlemen, please gather around so I can do a briefing and also wear your life jacket here. So what we're going to do today, we're going to go to the rainforest discovery, or the national park that we have in Brunei.
45 minutes by canoe along a river leading through the heart of the jungle. And on arrival, an hour's climb to reach the canopy.
All right, we have arrived. There's 747 more steps to go.
Eh ben, on n'est pas près d'arriver encore. C'est vachement chaud, quoi.
It's 36 degrees with maximum humidity.
T'as la motivation qu'il faut.
Romain, 41, is from Paris. He's on a 12-day holiday in Brunei.
Now have a seat. Rest first. This is the challenge because, you know, we are doing this in the rainforest.
For me, the most challenge for me is not smoking in your country.
Not smoking?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
It's
So
not possible to buy the cigarette.
you cannot buy, correct? It's illegal to smoke. It's already in our constitution. All right, welcome to the canopy.
C'est super. On est vraiment au-dessus de toute la forêt, au-dessus de la canopée, ça rend ouf, quoi. Ça rend génial, quoi. Ça rend très beau.
A pristine forest covering 80% of the Sultanate. Back to Bandar, in the heart of the capital. We're in Gadong, the country's biggest shopping center. Like every weekend, Ishkandar's family is out shopping. His wife Yana wants to buy a new outfit, but as always, her husband will have something to say about it.
Let's go. Sini, sini. Tu, Mama suka tu. Sana.
In the shops, the choice is limited. Yana has to respect some pretty strict codes. Again, the weight of religion can be felt.
Sampai M size saja. Oh, dah untuk L size. Ani L.
So when you buy clothes, you need to buy them large. It is a rule.
Why?
Because Ani didn't allow.
So you always go shopping with your husband?
Sometimes lah, sometimes with my sisters.
She already know my preference of dress code of she need to wear.
So what is the
Which
dress
is
code?
she
Cannot
She need to wear loose, not so fit.
Not too tight, you mean?
Yes, not too tight. Not too tight. I prefer her to wear something loose, so it doesn't show the shape of the body.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Very important.
Because her body is just for my eyes. I didn't force her, but it's her duty as a Muslim woman.
Not over nila.
Not to wear anything tight and modest.
The Brunei paradox. Women work and are seemingly free, but they remain under the control of their husbands. At the checkout, Yana has the means to pay for herself. She is a primary school teacher, but every month she gives all her wages to her husband. In return, Iskandar gives her pocket money.
This is your money, and you choose to spend it the way you want?
My husband gave me money every month for me to buy clothes, tudung, but limited lah, 100 in a month. If exceed more than that, I use my money, my own money.
Shopping is one of the few available distractions in Brunei. Citizens spend the rest of the time practicing their religion. Every Friday, the holy day of Islam, for example, Iskandar goes to the mosque with his 4 sons. This is compulsory for all Muslim men in Brunei, or else they risk receiving a fine.
Hassan, ikut sembahyang Hassan sudah?
Since 2019, the country has been living under a strict Sharia regime. Iskandar has nothing bad to say on this point, quite the contrary.
Last time we do have some backlash from Western country, from other people regarding implementing the Sharia law in Brunei. But for us in Brunei, we don't mind to practice this kind of Sharia law. But the fuss is being created by people not from Brunei. But thankfully, after His Majesty emphasized to implement the Sharia law, Brunei have been blessed much more than before.
In what way?
Brunei becomes much more peaceful, and then the crime rate, I believe, it's going down.
Being virtually crime-free, Brunei is one of the safest countries in the world. Since the implementation of Sharia law, no one has been executed. According to the country's specialists, its introduction was a primarily political gesture by the Sultan to appease his most conservative subjects. Be that as it may, the weight of Islam is increasingly felt by normal citizens. On Fridays, between midday and 2 p.m., the country comes to a standstill and the kingdom's mosques fill to capacity. This forced Islamization is having repercussions right up to the borders of this small country. From the capital, it takes 3 hours in a 4x4 to reach the home of the Iban. In the middle of the forest, 30,000 members of this tribe now live in Brunei in what looks like a huge shed. This is what's known here as a long house, a collective dwelling over 100 meters long. The village chief welcomes us.
Okay, this is the long house.
Since 2015, around 20 families have been living here.
Pokoknya rumah panjang ini ditaja oleh ke bawah duli Yang Maha Mulia Penduduk di Baginda Sultan.
To obtain this funding, there was only one condition: to convert to Islam. In his speech, the Iban leader expresses no regret.
60 tahun memang pincin lah, pincin tua. Itu sebagai kami pun sekali lagi mengucapkan banyak terima kasih lah kepada ke bawah duli.
Islamization is a recent change among the Iban, and the practice is less rigorous than in the city. In this kitchen shared by 3 families, few of the women and none of the little girls wear headscarves. But the next morning, as they set off for school, which is also financed by the Sultan, Islamic law takes over again. And the hijab is compulsory even for the youngest girls. Just 300 meters from the longhouse in the middle of the jungle are 2 recently renovated school buildings. Here, every day begins with the national anthem in honor of the Sultan.
Amin. Cikgu akan serahkan kepada Cikgu Carol kalau ada apa-apa soal adik. Sekarang
What are you doing now?
Checking their nails. Okay. Okay.
Luxurious teaching conditions with virtually 1 teacher per student.
You are 4 children, and I already see 3 teachers.
because different children, different levels, different year. That's a great opportunity for them because we can teach them by face-to-face, one-to-one interaction. Okay.
As a mark of respect for teachers, students always perform the same traditional salute.
Ba, okay, ba. Ini macam biasa. Ba masuk kelas. Kasut jangan lupa simpan luar.
And in the middle of the jungle, the school is the only place in the village with an internet connection. The teacher, Khairul, doesn't belong to the Iban ethnic group. He's of Malay origin, like most Bruneians. He only comes here 4 days a week. The rest of the time he lives in the capital with his wife and children. He uses the latest technology for his lessons.
To make the lesson easier, so we have to use technologies. Thanks to His Majesty. This is because of him.
Because he's paying for all of that?
Yes. Okay, lihat sini. Tajuk hari ini adalah kisah teladan. Okay? Kerbau. Yang kedua, apakah kebaikan yang dapat dipelajari? Jangan mudah percaya. Jika sekiranya orang atau kata ini dikenal, jangan mudah percaya. Faham?
The aim? To integrate the tribe's young people into the culture of Brunei, even if their mother tongue is Iban.
So I'm teaching Malay right now. Basically, I teach Malay language and moral and MIB.
What is MIB?
MIB is Malay Islamic Monarch. It's about culture, our language, things about Brunei, about religion.
By converting to Islam, the Ibans benefited fully from the Sultanate's generosity. This is not the case for all the tribes in the region. On the other side of the river, the atmosphere is completely different. Tu Wei, the chief of the Iban village, introduces us to Azeri, the chief of a small ethnic group that has always lived here, the Punan. Azeri belongs to an ethnic group that has always refused to convert to Islam. Today, they seem to be paying the price. Former nomads who lived by gathering and hunting, the Punan have been left to fend for themselves for many years. 80 people live here in the most destitute conditions.
Rumah ini sudah sudah buruk sudah nih. Tapi selalu minta sama kerajaan lah, tapi belum lagi ada. Ini pun Tengok sana, berlubang tu. Kalau hujan habis basah semua. Ni. Ano ni, mau roboh ni. Ni. Semua terturun ni. Buruk tu lah. Bahaya. Kalau angin ini goyang ni. Ada 5 tahun sudah memohon ini, tidak ada jawapan.
The answer and the help. Tak ada bantuan apa-apa dari government ke?
Tidak ada. Tidak ada bantuan.
So far, only a quarter of the Punan tribe have converted to Islam. The others are resisting, but not without consequence.
Muslim ada berapa ratus, 10%, 20%, berapa orang?
Dalam kalau ikut semua yang sudah sama kanak-kanak, kurang lebih dalam 20 orang lah yang masuk Islam. Tidak boleh dimaksa.
Our conversation is clearly unsettling. Upset by this criticism, our guide, the chief of the Ibans, asks us to stop filming. In one of the richest countries in the world, we are leaving the Punan in extreme poverty. Yet in Brunei, when the Sultan's subjects want to escape the country's austerity and prohibitions, there's an escape route known to all. Just hit the road and drive to neighboring Malaysia. Every weekend, there is a traffic jam at the customs post. To cross the border and experience a different atmosphere, you must first declare that you are leaving the country. The town of Miri is 160 kilometers from Brunei. On the shores of the China Sea, this seaside resort with a population of 300,000 offers everything that the Sultanate doesn't. Here, in a country that also has a Muslim majority, the way of life is quite different. An air of freedom hangs over the city. People also come to Miri to shop. The exchange rate is very much in favor of the Brunei dollar. All the major international brands missing from the Sultanate are well represented here. And in the evening, it's time for forbidden pleasures. In the city's bars, alcohol flows freely.
Oh, you work in Brunei? What do you do?
I work in PIG.
What, the petrol? Is that petrol? No,
petrol, yeah.
For how long do you work in Brunei yourself?
I think for 15 years.
15 years. And have you seen the country going stricter and stricter in 15 years?
From starting is quite open.
Yeah.
And after that they try to strict more. But it's okay, but they don't really strict on what they do.
Okay.
Music, booze, dancing and revealing outfits for the girls. A combination clearly unthinkable in Brunei.
Where do you live in Brunei?
I was a Bruneian before because my dad was a Bruneian PR, but now I'm Malaysian.
Oh, so you left Brunei? And do you prefer here? Yeah. Okay. Why do you prefer here?
For the party life, I like here a lot. As a Malaysian.
Do you go to Brunei sometime or never?
I have my auntie there.
Oh, you have your uncle? So do you visit him there?
Yeah.
And what do you think about Brunei?
I don't like.
Why? Why don't you like Brunei? Tell me.
Even my auntie, when the border is open, my auntie asked, I want to make him marry.
I get it. I get it.
It's so boring in Brunei, you know.
Yeah.
You cannot do anything.
Nothing.
Yes.
Miri, a weekend of freedom for tens of thousands of Bruneians. For those who stay in Brunei, leisure activities are much more limited, though sometimes surprising. In this district in the north of Bandar, a quirky community meets to share in a passion surprising for the Sultanate: cruiser motorbikes. A group of bikers gather here every weekend, men and women combined. The president of this club is Sultan, a former soldier. He leads Brunei's oldest biker group. The group was founded nearly 30 years ago by Pemuda.
So what is this place? This is your cave?
Yeah, my man cave.
Inside his home, a whole world dedicated to American motorbikes. His machine, a powerful Harley-Davidson, costing over 30,000 euros. Today, Sultan has organized an outing for 80 bikers. It's a way for them to get away from it all. An hour's drive before they regroup by the sea. Everyone in the group has curated their look. Leather, bandanas, a bad boy look for a close-knit group.
We ride together as a team. Yeah. In biker we call it brotherhood. Brotherhood.
Or sisterhood.
Sisterhood.
It's stress relief, seriously. You know, every weekend if you ride during the weekend and then you meet up all the friends, all the biker fellows and everything, you feel you're out away from all those, you know, from the problems and anything. Yeah, like my brother said, you feel free. Free.
Brotherhood.
Away from the shackles of Sharia law, the bikers take a breath of fresh air in this increasingly austere society.